Hey guys, it's wowshugo here again. This time I'm in AQ20. Yeah, it's not a PvP one like I expected my next one to be, but um, my guild decided to do an AQ raid. I just joined a new hardcore raiding guild, and this is the first time I've ever run it, so I decided to record it. But here we're at the first boss. This is a AQ20, so it's a 20-man raid, and I'm respect at this point. Um, I don't. I didn't know much about the bosses. I forgot to study up on it before. Because some of this is pugged. It's a lot of 70s here, but it was fun. I was surprised for how fun it was as my first raid. It was pretty easy considering the level difference, but it doesn't have any drops for me. It just was for fun. The first few bosses are pretty easy to do. We actually wiped twice and gave up at about the fifth boss in, but it was still a fun raid. So this guy dropped a whole bunch of blues, the fortitude book for the priest, and some bracers and mail. And here's we're starting off with the next boss. I got battle res because I drew aggro from an ad at the very beginning, so I just skipped ahead. But this guy has a nasty knockback. It does anywhere from 500 to maybe 1500 damage. But there was how much difference in 60 to 70, he still wasn't that much of a nuisance. Actually, you see the crit 2700 right there, and that hurt a little bit. I tried to get a soul fire off before, but moved and tried to get a shadow bolt off. But you get a lot of rep in the Cenarian circle for this one. To turn in some of this stuff that drops here, I think you need exalted or honored at least. But here's the next boss. We jump off into a pool. It's kind of like the well, actually, I skipped the boss fight on this one. Nearly everybody in the raid wiped, and it was pretty nasty. So I didn't want anybody to waste their time watching it. Wasn't a really good way to do it, but this is a pretty tough boss. I mean, this is a mostly pugged group, but there's still a few 60s, but was not good. We wiped here, so it was a fun raid. I had fun. Thanks for everybody that was in it. But here's some of the PvP I was talking about. I know that Crossroads is the most rated spot from the Horde and all the Horde territories, but I decided to come in anyways just to stir up a little bit of trouble, because lately they've been coming to Sentinel Hill all the time and killing my alts and some of my friends. So, but I decided to kill as many of these things as possible, just to draw as many Horde here as I could to kill. Drew a little bit more than I thought, but my new spec is amazing for just killing this many mobs. And so we just draw them over here, and I start rounding up all the mobs that call in the guards just in case. So one of the things you don't want to do, there's a level 60 elite that she's behind me, but she's very tough. I could solo her at about 65, but see, there goes a Seed of Corruption. Still good for PvP even after it's not as strong. But so the first horde starts showing up in a minute. I started fighting this horde inside of the inn, and he was a paladin, level 70, Dotted him up pretty good. I thought I was doing this fight pretty well for somebody who started the fight at half health, and there was really good chance I was going to win it, but he bubbled. See my new helm, winged season 3 helm, but I prepared myself to try to soul fire and get as much DPS off before I died. But this 13 Torn kept on jumping in and trying to fight, so I died there. And this 15 War, I guess he didn't know to stay away from a lock because we're always lethal even if we just rezzed. So I got a whole bunch of dots off on him. He's already dead. And there's just so many guards, so much damage going off. So I knew the only way to really do anything decent while I'm still alive was to destroy the innkeeper so he couldn't call any more guards. So I got that part done, and here comes the lock. He killed me. I wish he could have said I didn't, but this actually, my wings, he noticed my wings were flying and threw his pet on fast, but I got seduction on him and started dotting him up before he dotted me. Thing about the Fell Hunter, it's decent to use if you're using it against a caster, but I still prefer to use the Succubus just because they can't move at all. And you might resist it, you might not, but a new proc I have is it for 8 seconds it immunes me to all magic or all shadow and fire attacks, so it's nice. And fighting a warlock, it's really useful. But there's the 60 I was talking about earlier. I accidentally aggroed on her, and was just overpowered. There was no possible way. But I rezzed, and thanks for watching this video, guys. Here's a clip from my next video. I said I was going to stop these, but a friend needed some twink gear, so check it out. It's a pretty cool instance I've been running till I don't know my horde, but we'll see you next video.